Let's bring in immigration attorney Fiona McEntee. Thank you so much for joining me, Fiona.
Thank you for having me, Stephanie.
First, let me ask you, the president and his administration say both bills the House passed will make Americans safer. What is your reaction to that?
Well, I do not believe that they will make America safer. And, we're of the opinion that sanctuary or welcoming cities actually make people safer.
Well, let me ask you this. For people that are concerned about illegal immigration, do these bills get at the heart of trying to stop illegal immigration?
No, I mean, there are already strict penalties in place for people who try to re-enter the States after being previously removed. And, we feel that these bills are really political. And, when you look at the facts and you see that, immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than other people in the States, and also thinking about the policy behind welcoming cities, the idea is that we want victims of crimes and witnesses of crimes to be able to come forward to report those to law enforcement.
How do the House immigration bills affect immigrant families?
I think throughout, for the past year, there's been a really anti-immigrant rhetoric and sentiment throughout the country. And it's really sad because, a lot of the people here, the undocumented, come to America to make a better life for themselves and their family. And, as I've said before, mothers are feeling afraid to drop their children off at school, not knowing whether they're going to be there to pick them up. And, it's just very sad that that's the feeling that has been felt in immigrant communities throughout the country.
Well, let's turn to the Cates law. Kate Steinle was shot and killed by an undocumented immigrant who had been deported 5 times. A handful of Democrats defected from party lines to support Cates law. 166 Democrats voted no. They were successful last year when Republicans failed to get the votes needed to pass Cates law. Why are Democrats voting no on this bill?
Well, I think there's elements of Cates law, and of course it was an extremely tragic situation, and our sympathies are extended to the family, but there are parts of the law that would prevent an asylum seeker from being able to have a credible fear interview at the border. So there are definitely parts of it that I think we need to look at and see, we don't agree that they should be included in it.
And how much pressure will be placed on state funding under the No Sanctuary for Criminals Act?
Law enforcement officials throughout the states are not in support of this, and local states are taking action in their own right. Here in Illinois, we have the Trust Act has passed through the Senate and the House, and I believe it's awaiting signature of the governor. So states are recognising that there is a huge benefit in having a welcoming or a sanctuary city, and they see that it does actually make citizens safer, people safer.
On this issue of immigration, it's one of the things that Trump says he is winning at. Is this a win from his perspective and the people that support him?
I mean, when Americans are made less safe, I don't view that as a win. I think we need to look behind the rationale behind a city being a welcoming city and, see why there's a reason that sheriffs and law enforcement officials throughout the states are not in support of these bills.
All right, Fiona McEntee, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.